Joining me now is Portfolio Wealth Advisors President and Chief Investment Officer Lee Munson. Lee, good to see you. Your assessment of yesterday's bloodbath in tech.
Well, I spent the whole weekend looking at this. I spent all day in the war room yesterday. Every manager's thinking one thing. Are we going to buy Nvidia here or not? And at the end of the day, I decided absolutely not. And it wasn't until about maybe 2 o'clock Eastern that it came to me and my analysts, because what we really have here is 2026 here today. And what I mean by that is we knew Nvidia was going to have to share. We knew they were going to have to share that market, but we didn't know how that was going to happen. This was shocking because we realized they're not sharing it with AMD or Broadcom or other places. There's just simply going to be less demand. I think this is going to be an amazing American renaissance of our industrial base, because now that we're going to be able to do these AI models cheap. I mean, they're talking about running models on 2 little Mac Minis tied together, whether you're a railroad company working on logistics, a big scale home builder trying to put up a house cheaper, banking, finance, healthcare, all those little companies that we all forgot are now going to get bolt-on AI products to help efficiencies, and it's not going to be at the end of next year. I mean, I think we could be doing this stuff by this summer, so it's a complete game changer. Frankly, it was a shocking moment in my 28-year career to see how fast this went.
Yeah, I know, but I'm still questioning the cost that they claim to have paid $5.5 million to develop this, while you've got all these technology giants spending tens of billions of dollars on this. Microsoft spending $80 billion this year alone. Amazon $65 billion. OpenAI $500 billion, and then you're telling me that Deepseek only spent $5.6 million. I'm sorry, no. I'm not buying it. Okay, I'm not buying these numbers coming out of China. Now, you say, regardless, investors need to look at the core economic engine of America instead of trading Nvidia. What do you mean?
Well, when you're thinking about the ultimate, and yeah, they're not doing it for $5 million. Maybe one run costs $5 million. I know, but it's going to be. But we're still talking about 20 times cheaper. Even though that's overstated. The whole idea about AI is that once everybody gets it, no one gets it. Once everybody gets it, we're going to have increased productivity. That's going to increase GDP, hours worked, increased productivity. And what we want to get to in markets is where we can have easy kind of bolt-on products, things that a basic consultant can walk up to a company and say, hey, if I have this relatively inexpensive program or this application that I can integrate into your core enterprise system that'll help workers everywhere from logistics to financials all the way down to a call center and be able to do that. That's the golden goose. Right now, we don't really have that yet. Right now, we're still trying to, get data scraped up and cleaned for that big scale usage. By being able to do these models much cheaper and, presumably kick them out much faster, we're going to get that reality into corporate America very quickly. And I think that's what Trump is talking about. That's why, we're doing Stargate. That's what this big initiative is about. It's not just about having an easier, faster ChatGPT. It's about getting the industrial base of this country tools that they need to supercharge productivity. And that's why, we're already, even look at like small value, that whole universe has earnings, per share growth of over 13% this year, trading at a 13 PE. And maybe by, the end of the year, you're going to have maybe a few more percent tacked on just because of productivity from some of the softwares that we haven't even seen yet. It's really amazing. I just don't know why anybody would invest outside of America at this point.
Yeah, that's right. Well, look, by the way, we're going to talk about this coming up later, but Google Maps changed the Gulf of America. You got to check it out on Google Maps. Meanwhile, I want to get into fourth quarter earnings right now because we've got Meta, Microsoft, Tesla reporting after the bell tomorrow night, followed by Apple on Thursday. We are also waiting this morning from General Motors and Boeing, Southwest Airlines out on Thursday, and then you've got the oil giants Chevron and ExxonMobil out on Friday. David Towell, jump in here. Your assessment so far and expectations for these fourth quarter earnings coming out tonight after the bell.
So it's going to be really interesting on a couple of different levels. I think with Tesla, everyone's going to be focused on, what the company has to say relative to Elon Musk's involvement in the administration. Everyone's going to try to go ahead and draw lines between Musk's influence, or at least cushy relationship with Trump, and how that might go ahead and help the company. With respect to Boeing, very excited about that. Because, frankly, I believe it's a too big to fail company in the United States. It's seen its worst days behind it, I think, and we'll hear about the turnaround that's going on there. They've already previewed results, so the actual financial results are already baked into the stock. And then, lastly, with respect to Meta, certainly they will have to go ahead and address the Deepseek reveal and what that's going to go ahead and do for their company.
Lee, final word.
I think Meta is a winner. I think Boeing needs to stick to commercial airplanes. And I think that we're going to have great earnings this year, double digits.
Okay, double-digit earnings. Great. Thank you, Lee Munson. Good to see you, sir. Stay with us. We'll be right back.